Oh, you guys are still here. Well, I guess we will be continuing our anime escapade. A, 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 A. Okay, fine. Part 2. Where we last left off, I told you that the character of Maurice LeBlanc's Arsène Lupin caused a bit of a lawsuit. The person who started this lawsuit was none other than a man named Kazuhiko Kato. Kato didn't draw until he was basically in high school. He mainly drew just on the side for fun. His main focus was going to tech school and specializing in electronics, because electronics and the future and all that jazz. However, he didn't realize it at the time, but his work was really good, to the point where Futabashi recruited him. While working for Futabashi, Kato was given a 3-month-long project, something that he can make on his own. However, when making this project, his editor suggested, hey, you should change your name. So Kato debated it and thought, I don't know. I'll just make my name just something simple. Let's call him Monkey Punch. Because he thought, this name is just going to be temporary. Folks, remember, if you are an artist, a writer, or any type of potential celebrity, please choose your name wisely. Otherwise, that name will most likely stick with you for life. Anyway, that project that Kato made ended up becoming known as Lupin III. Now, Lupin III is a good name, but the main problem is Monkey Punch didn't really get permission to use the name Lupin. So there was some legal disputes, and in order to keep the series going, he had to make some changes to the names. One of the changes he made was to Lupin's name. Instead of Lupin, he called him either Rupan or Wolf. But due to translation, Rupan in the United States got translated to Lupin. So the series became known as Lupin III, but it's spelled Lupin. By the year 2012, Maurice LeBlanc's work of Arsène Lupin entered public domain. And because it entered public domain, Monkey Punch was free to call the series Lupin III. However, in the United States, we still tend to kind of refer to it as Lupin III. Either way, it's still a great series. In fact, believe it or not, this series actually originated in the 1960s, and it still goes strong to this day. Seriously, there's always like a brand new Lupin series. There's always a Lupin movie. Just the artwork. Hell, the Woman Named Fujiko Mine came out in the 2010s. Still amazing. So, the main plot of Lupin III is simple. Lupin and his gang steal shit. The end. Okay, Lupin will see something that he likes. He will then get his gang together, which usually on average consists of, say, 3 other people. Well, 2 people. It's complicated. They formulate a plan how they want to go in and steal it. They go in and steal it. It turns out that said item may be connected to somebody else, or something magical or science fiction like might happen. And then Lupin ends up having to possibly save the world while also being chased by a detective that's a part of Interpol. Because, that's what you do as a thief. Let's meet the characters, shall we? We've got Arsène Lupin III. With Lupin, he conducts some of the most insane kind of heists. And they're really cool, but so insane. And it makes you wonder why. Because Lupin does not care about how much the item is worth. He cares about stealing the item. That is his main focus. Lupin has a code of honor. He believes that you shouldn't kill a person just to steal something. And he also has a bunch of really cool jackets. He enjoys the simpler things in life, such as fishing, gambling, and, booty. Our next character is Lupin's right-hand man, Daisuke Jigen. Daisuke Jigen is by far a unique kind of guy. He's cool. He acts... Okay, he's not suave. Okay, he's just cool. Jigen is a skilled gunman. If you want to know how skilled he is, he goes skeet shooting with just his revolver. However, his revolver is not normal. It's a Smith & Wesson Model 19. And he actually has superhuman aim and accuracy. In fact, he can outsnipe a sniper just by using that same revolver. And 9 times out of 10, his eyes are practically covered sometimes because of his hat. And he has a really cool beard. The main thing about Jigen you gotta know is that 1, he has dental problems. Like, a lot. Which is, Let's Talk Anime's kind reminder to always see your dentist at least twice a year when you can. Also, Jigen might have a smoking problem. I don't know. Hey, is smoking 60 cigarettes a day a problem?
Yeah.
So yeah, he has a smoking problem. And he enjoys watching the occasional sports ball game. But the number one thing about Jigen you have to know is that he does not trust women. Next up, we've got Goemon Ishikawa the 13th. He is actually a descendant of the original Goemon Ishikawa. Goemon is an extremely serious character. I mean, super serious. The guy is, so straight edge. I mean, you can cut a blade of grass just by touching him. Speaking of cutting, Goemon's main weapon of choice is actually using his sword. His sword and his skills as a martial artist are so on point, sword point, that he has been known to cut bullets in the air or literally cut a plane in half. One of the things that Goemon tends to do is he runs up with his sword, just goes around, just unsheaths, and then swash, swish, swish, and then slowly closes it back up, and then bam, everything is cut in, cool stuff. However, Goemon has a few huge flaws. Yes, he acts like he's the perfect person, but he's not. In fact, one time his sword broke, and as a result, he felt nothing but absolute shame and depression. He spends most of his time meditating. He is so boring, he listens to Japanese elevator music. Yes, that's a thing. He's bad with money, and he has a pact in which he has told Lupin that he will kill him one day. And honestly, I would not put that past him. Oh, and Goemon has a huge aversion towards sultry women because they make him a wee bit nervous sometimes. The next member of Lupin's gang is Miss Fujiko Mine, or as Lupin prefers to call her, Fujicakes. Fujiko is basically, imagine that Bond villain girl in every James Bond movie. You see, the purpose of Fujiko was so that Monkey Punch didn't have to keep creating a new girl. Instead, he could just recycle the old one and just have her, be the main backstabber in the group. And yeah, she is a huge backstabber. But this is what gets crazy, okay? Goemon and Jigen know Fujiko can't be trusted. Everybody knows Fujiko can't be trusted. People who don't know Fujiko knows that Fujiko can't be trusted. Lupin trusts her almost all the time. And every time Fujiko backstabs him, Lupin just sits there and goes, "Oh my god! I did not see that happening." But hey, if there's one thing about Fujiko we know, is that she is an expert con artist and a gold digger. And the last character in the series is none other than the great detective Koichi Zenigata. Zenigata is a bumbling detective who's a part of Interpol. He is a bit of a loudmouth at times, but he has a strong sense of justice and a moral code. And despite all the disputes that him and Lupin constantly get into, they both have a mutual understanding of each other not to kill each other. Monkey Punch said that if he ever ended Lupin III, 2 things would happen. Lupin and Zenigata both live at the end, or Lupin and Zenigata both die at the end. He felt that you cannot kill one off without the other. They are both vital to each other. But Zenigata is still a bit of a badass though. I mean, yeah, he is bumbling and running around, all flailing, going, ah! Zenigata, and I am not making this up, can take down both Jigen and Goemon. Zenigata's main weapon, handcuffs. Kinky. And Zenigata has the world's greatest catchphrase, which returns us to one of our favorite segments of Let's Talk Anime, crazy things said in an English dub anime. It's in this part of the show in which we are going to look at one of the most wisest quotes said by a character in an English dub anime. And who better else than to look at than Koichi Zenigata. Ahem. Crap, 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 crap. I will get you, Lupin. Wise and eloquent words said by a man of poetic class and charm. But this has been crazy things said in an English dub anime. Now, with Lupin III being such a very long anime series, it's kind of intimidating in some people's eyes to want to jump in. So the trick is you just gotta pay close attention to what kind of jacket Lupin is wearing. Over the course of this franchise's run, Lupin sports different colored jackets. Each jacket corresponds to that generation as well as that time frame. For example, the early days of the series, Lupin wears a green jacket. Part 2 of the series, Lupin wears a red jacket. Part 3, a pink jacket. Part 4 and 5, blue jacket. So, in case you ever do want to jump into the series, you can now know which series are possibly connected based on the jackets. The more you know. The popularity of this series is even Ghibli worthy, believe it or not. Studio Ghibli released a special Lupin III movie known as Lupin III and the Castle of Cagliostro. Cagliostro. The people who worked on that movie actually spent time and analyzed and read and researched all of Maurice LeBlanc's books, as well as understanding the whole story about Count Cagliostro. This story is actually a bit of an extension of what was made by LeBlanc. And it's kind of awesome that they were able to do this. But the movie, The Castle of Cagliostro, has some lasting effects. One of the effects it had was onto an American animator named John Lasseter. You don't know him, but let's just say he is a big name when it comes to, I don't know, Pixar? Even though this series is old, and I mean hella old, it's still great, amazing. It still provides a lot of action, adventure, funny dialogue. But sadly though, a lot of good things have to come to an end. And by that I'm talking about Monkey Punch. He died earlier this year. But just because he's dead doesn't mean we should just stop enjoying Lupin III. It's still an amazing series, a great franchise. It's something that can still be enjoyed. Even the older parts of the series can still be enjoyed. Monkey Punch had that kind of flair when he wrote that it's like the series can transcend generations. So yeah, that was the mid-season finale of Let's Talk Anime. As usual, I am your host, Dan Ranger Russ. If you like this episode, please, I encourage you all to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon on YouTube so that way you can get new notifications for when we come back with the second half of Season 3. And tune in next time, where we will hear some black guy talk more about anime. Ha ha ha. Until then, peace out. Came out in the 2010s, okay? Still amazing.
It's still the 2010s.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
Not by next year.
But it's still the 2010s.
It won't be the 2010s much longer.
I mean, when did Fui come out?
It's like 2000.
Right.
Yeah.
Compared to that, it's still good, but like, it's older.
You know what?